Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The fallout continues in the Middle East after the airstrike that killed Iran's top general. Ahead at noon, what's next for the U.S. and Iran? And here at home, we're seeing a little bit of sun to start the work and school week out. We'll tell you how long you can expect to see these sunny skies all across Metro Detroit. But first, police in 3 Metro Detroit communities are still searching this afternoon for thieves who hit at several Target stores from overnight. That story does top our news at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy. The break-ins were reported at the Target stores in Dearborn, Allen Park, and Woodhaven. Our Victor Williams joins us now with more on the stores that were hit. Victor?
Yes, Evrod, workers were just here installing new doors right here on this Allen Park Target, and that's how these thieves are getting inside. They're breaking right through the front door, and they're making their way out with lots of electronics worth thousands. Police are now looking for these men, likely an organized crime ring responsible for a rash of Target burglaries. We're told the group is quick with plans well thought out. But how are they getting in? It's simple. Breaking through the front door. Once inside, they're grabbing thousands of dollars worth of electronics and they're back out the door in a matter of minutes. 3 stores were hit overnight, with the first one being broken into around 1 a.m. in Woodhaven. The thieves later made their way towards Allen Park and Dearborn, taking off in this gray-colored SUV. This afternoon, shoppers like Sarah McCune at the Allen Park location are stunned, never believing something like this would have happened at one of their favorite stores.
I think it's crazy. I mean, it's Target. You think they have like 24/7 surveillance, and well, you think you live in a small town and you're safe, and I guess it's just, you can't ever assume that anymore. And if this story sounds familiar, that's because just a little over a week ago, a similar thing happened at a Brighton Target, and police are believing that this is the same group responsible. Reporting live, Victor Williams, Local 4, back to you, Evrod.
Well, Victor, let's talk about the car that police are looking for. Do you have any information about that?
Yeah, they're saying it's a gray Dodge Durango, so if you guys recognize that vehicle, you are advised to contact the police as soon as possible. They're trying to get these men off the streets, and quite frankly, it's only a matter of time. All
righty, Victor Williams reporting live for us this afternoon. Victor, thank you for the update. Right now, we want to turn to the Middle East, where the tension between the U.S. and Iran continues to escalate in the wake of the U.S. airstrike that killed Iran's top general. NBC's Richard Engel has the very latest from Iraq.
Funeral processions, unlike anything seen in decades, are continuing, bringing Iran's supreme leader to tears as he vows to avenge his top general, Qasem Soleimani, killed by a U.S. drone strike in Baghdad. Cities across Iran are now seas of black. But Secretary Pompeo said it's all a short-term crisis.
Preserving and protecting, defending America is the mission that we have. It may be that there's a little noise here in the interim.
Iran also said it's further scaling back commitments it made to limit its nuclear program. Next door in Iraq, the fallout is equally severe. Iraq's parliament voted to kick out the 5,000 U.S. troops in the country, although the order so far is not binding. President Trump fired back, telling reporters on Air Force One if Iraq does force U.S. troops to leave, he'll make Iraq pay for money the United States spent in Iraq, especially to build an expensive airbase. We're not leaving unless they pay us back for it, he said. President Trump and Iran are also dangerously trading very serious threats of war. A commander of Iran's Revolutionary Guard said his country has 35 U.S. targets in its crosshairs, ready to pull the trigger. President Trump tweeted over the weekend the U.S. has 52 targets identified, including cultural sites in Iran, even though targeting them would be a violation of the laws of war.
President Trump defended that threat, saying Iran gets to torture and maim our people and we don't get to touch their cultural sites. It doesn't work that way. Richard Engel, NBC News, Erbil, Iraq.
All right, turning our attention to the forecast now. After a wet weekend, we're now looking at bright skies across Metro Detroit and the beautiful Detroit skyline. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Brandon Rue for a look at how long we can expect this sun to last.
It is a sign of the entire week ahead, from the weekend cool, wet. Now we're bright, sunny, but we've got a little up and down coming your way. A lot of you are seeing temps near 40 here at 5 afternoon. It's 39 in Ann Arbor, 39 City Airport, Mount Clemens. It's 39 in Flint, 40 Grosse Ile. But you have to factor in these winds, which have been relentless, but not too violent or terrible. Just adds that pesky breeze that feels like a wind chill. We're 10 to 20 miles an hour occasionally, gusting 20 to 25. We expect the lower 40s with lots of sunshine, but I would dress for upper 20s to maybe mid 30s. We have that going on as we speak. Wind chills, they get worse as the week goes on, but right now, again, that pesky breeze will counteract that sunshine just a little bit. It's dry for now. Evrod, we've got a couple of storms in the 7-day.
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. A new year means some new laws, as several new laws are set to take effect in the coming months. One of the major changes is to your auto insurance. Starting in July, drivers won't have to pay unlimited personal injury protection. Also, sports betting is legalized, with lawmakers hoping bets can be placed in March. And the state will spend $105 million more on protecting your drinking water. You can find the full list of the laws that are taking effect this year. Just go to clickondetroit.com for that. A Clinton Township man will have to wait a little bit longer to learn if he's going to stand trial for the murder of another man at a bar in Roseville. 21-year-old Nolan Baca is charged in the shooting death of Johnny Ozarski during an altercation in the men's room of Dooley's Bar in Roseville last month. Now, in court today, defense and attorneys, as well as prosecutors, asked a judge for more time to prepare for a preliminary examination hearing, and the hearing was then adjourned until February 10th. A preliminary examination hearing is expected to begin this afternoon now in federal court here in Detroit for a former UAW official charged with corruption. Vance Pearson is the former director of the union's Region 5, which is based in St. Louis, and he was charged with embezzlement of union funds, mail fraud, and money laundering. He's one of several past UAW officials facing federal crime charges. The union's Region 5 was allegedly so corrupt, the International Union is planning to disband it. A popular and highly regarded restaurant in downtown Royal Oak is about to close its doors for good. The owners of French-inspired Bistro 82 in Royal Oak say that they're going to be closing later this month. The restaurant at 4th and Lafayette in Royal Oak opened back in 2014. Its owners are now going to focus on their other Royal Oak restaurant, the Maury, which also has a branch in Birmingham. Bistro 82 is the latest in a series of restaurants in Royal Oak to go out of business. All right, so to come here at noon, if you are going to be filling up your tank today, expect to get a little relief at the pump. Find out the average price per gallon of gas across Metro Detroit. But next at noon, firefighters from across the U.S. are heading to Australia to help crews that are battling devastating wildfires there.
Birth trauma is tragic. It's caused by the mistakes of doctors and hospitals, and they never admit it. I've won some of the biggest birth trauma verdicts in history, and no one can silence me. Feiger Law.
I needed to lose the weight. There was a health fair where I worked. It just so happened that medical weight loss was there. I couldn't ask for a better group of gals that took care of me at that time. Yeah, I lost about 100 pounds in 10 months. It's more than just a weight loss program. It's basically saved my life. Stick with the program because it works.
Lose 40 pounds in 3 months guaranteed when you call 1-800-GET-SLIM.
It's the shape of things to come.
Obamacare is a complete and total disaster.
Let Obamacare implode.
These wild attacks on healthcare hurt the patients I care for. I've been a nurse in New York for 30 years. I know the difference leadership can make because I saw what Mike Bloomberg did as mayor.
Mayor Bloomberg helped lower the number of uninsured by 40%, covering 700,000 more New Yorkers. Life expectancy increased. He helped expand health coverage to 200,000 more kids and upgraded pediatric care. Infant mortality rates dropped to record lows. And as mayor, Mike Bloomberg always championed reproductive health for women.
So when you hear Mike Bloomberg on healthcare,
this is America. We can certainly afford to make sure that everybody that needs to see a doctor can see a doctor. Everybody that needs medicines to stay healthy can get those medicines.
You should know, he did it as mayor. He'll get it done as president.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Birth trauma is not an accident. But you'd never know it the way hospitals and doctors cover it up and protect each other. They can't hide the truth, and they can't hide from me. Feiger Law.
To be wiped from the earth, only to return, is a miracle.
It's happening again!
Everything is connected.
Manifest. Season 2 premieres tonight on NBC and streaming tomorrow.
All right, welcome back. Backup arrives in Australia as U.S. firefighters touch down there to fight the raging wildfires. We know that at least 25 people have been killed and 2,000 homes have been destroyed by the fires. Now, there is some relief as rain has started to fall, but not across all fire-affected areas and certainly not enough to douse the fires. American firefighters and officials say that they understand what Australia is going through.
Current situation is it's extreme. You know that there's a lot of people that have been at it since September and October through November and stuff, so people are tired.
Australia has come to our aid many times, and now we are happy that our folks have stepped up very eagerly to assist with this crisis.
Now, while there has been recent rain in the areas impacted by the fires, officials say conditions remain dangerous with fires far from being under control. A 5.8 magnitude earthquake hits Puerto Rico. That quake causing small landslides and even knocked out power and severely cracked some homes. This is one of the strongest of a series of earthquakes that have been shaking the island for the last week. There were no immediate reports of any injuries, but according to the U.S. Geological Service, the quake hit at around 6:30 a.m. Officials say there was no threat of a tsunami. Disgraced Hollywood movie producer Harvey Weinstein is about to stand trial on rape and assault charges in New York. Weinstein used a walker as he arrived at the courthouse this morning and is accused by 2 women of unlawful sex acts dating back to 2006 and 2013. Weinstein and his bankrupt studio have already reached a $25 million settlement with dozens of other women who accuse him of preying on them. Boeing is facing new challenges today in its efforts to return its troubled 737 MAX jetliners to the sky. A new potential safety problem has been discovered. 737 MAX jets, as you know, were grounded worldwide last year after 2 fatal crashes blamed on flight control software. While Boeing has worked to fix that problem, it has discovered that 2 wiring bundles linked to control of the tail could short circuit and cause a crash. Boeing and the FAA are analyzing that wiring right now. The end of the holiday period has led to a drop in gas prices here in Michigan. AAA reports that the average price for a gallon of gas across the state is $2.52 per gallon, and that's down 8 cents from what drivers were paying for gas just about a week ago. Here in Metro Detroit, the price of gas continues to be above the statewide levels, with the average price here at $2.50 per gallon. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon. It was a big night at the Golden Globes. We'll tell you who some of the big winners were that took home the hardware.
And our number, flirting with 40 degrees. We have temps flirting with 50 degrees coming up. Bright skies now, but a little rain and what could be a lot of snow to discuss with you next. What time is it? It is taco time. There's a small Macomb County spot serving up big Mexican flavors. Tasty Tuesday, 6 a.m.